now on the waiting list. So, as we take a look at this, of course, we have already said goodbye to Ransom. We've already said, Team Ed, you can stay over there. We wait. Honestly, throughout all of this, there are just so many performance teams that are showing up today when it matters most.
Yeah, exactly. 3v3s. And to me, that's what matters most, because in this next match, we're going to be seeing amazing teams ultimately. How do you think this one will go?
I am so ready for this, and well, we can already see all the drip. Auntie's Goo Boys looking good. We've got, of course, Young Guns looking beautiful and ready to go with that HHL. So, double HHL in the lobby. Actually, triple, as Pulsar is bringing theirs in as well. Unfazed being the only team to have a medium. We'll see how Visions fares in this lobby. Most likely run the R357 against all those heavies, but we'll find out.
Yeah, of course, you've got to be careful with Visions and the medium. Him and the revolver is like PB&J. It works perfectly together, so that's something I'd be mindful of immediately. Good poke damage starting to come through. AGB, though, on the other side, look how low they're getting.
Oh, yeah, I mean, immediately, these fights are just absolutely chaotic. Unfazed is, well, looking good. Juker found a mine, thankfully, with his feet. The way you want to do it, but somehow Katie Killer escaping with 1 HP. And, well, he will do his best to try to bring the team back. At the same time, Unfazed, they're resetting 2. On the other side of the map, it's going to be Pulsar that starts off the first box. And Unfazed, well, they want to get this one started as soon as possible. They know AGB is either going to coin in or get rezzed up, so why waste the time? And, well, immediately, Katie Killer, he thought he could take out one unsuspecting Juker, but unfortunately, didn't work out too well. AGB on a somewhat extended vacation coming back, but their wipe is simultaneous with Young Guns.
Yeah, that's going to open the doors for Unfazed, because they've had plenty of time now, or probably about 10 seconds prior to that wipe that came through, to set things up, get themselves in a happy position, and essentially be perfect here. I say perfect loosely, because we all know things will break. Pulsar, they're going to be happy with their setup as well. They're going to be prepped, ready for whatever comes at them. Young Guns against Unfazed could be this first fight.
And a little bit of early damage kind of sets Visions off that angle, but we'll come back to that later, because right now AGB are doing their best to try and, well, upset the standards here. As Pulsar, they've got the top rope all said and done over on the hospital. AGB have already done the hard part, which is crossing over to that hospital. But for now, the question is, what is AGB going to do with their newfound info? Seeing as they've just discovered that Pulsar was hiding up on that top section. It seems to me, AGB, they start their engagement by, well, taking a little bit of damage. 2 invis lights poking at each other. Katie Killer is going to be forced to back away for a brief moment. His health bar is back now, but Alphos is quickly disappearing as Pulsar drops in on them. Not only that, but Katie Killer is trying to at least get back into the action while he knows that the team is turned around, but he's forced away immediately. Pulsar standing on the tips of their toes here. Not a single thing is getting through them, including Katie Killer. We jump back over to the other side of the map to look at Unfazed versus Young Guns. Well, that is a slower materializing fight. I will say, though, Pulsar handedly making this just hospital look good.
Young Guns got wiped earlier on, so they've actually come back for their final attempt of the fight as that vault has Cashbox has been dropped to the floor, and the quick steal attempt is not going to be successful. They're going to go for a second time. Not going to happen. Young Guns, they've got the control, but they just can't get the cash out to come through.
It's memories of the last time that happened as well. We saw very similar motions on Nozomi Citadel. Seems like Young Guns, they're just a few seconds away from greatness each time, and that's why that little bit of hesitation before your aggression can make or break the entire team. Onto the Pure, though, he's not wasting any time trying again, trying to mitigate that hesitation. You can see Unfazed here, Visions with that R357, he is doing a lot of work to chunk through all this. That gas, though, kind of does a little bit more harm to Unfazed than good. They don't have any way to jump up there just yet, not even if they want to, but for now, it seems that Tiger tries to find an advantageous angle, but is taking advantage of himself, as Aztrack has every bit of anticipation of where this is going to come from. Juker versus Honor the Pure is going to be the final fight to materialize here, but Honor the Pure slides into some fire and unfortunately right into the flames as Juker just has one bullet remaining to take out Honor. How did Honor survive that? But another fight, another day. Pulsar already started the other cash out.
On the other side as well, AGB. I noticed in the feed, I don't know if you spotted this, RD. Toxic killing, team kill. That is not something you want to see on the feed. It's not something you want to happen at all. And immediately AGB, not going to worry too much. Get straight back into the fight. Get the damage laid down. But be impatient, not going too far. As AGB knows, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. They want to try to find one pick here early on, but unfortunately, it might be them that get picked out first as a perfect rotation finds Oppo. KD Killer falls second right up at the top of the zip line. Akazo, he sees the damage has been dealt, tries to finish it, finds one on the Sueco, looking to see if he can drop down, but unfortunately, no mesh means no safety. And Llama finishes that one off before it started, but Young Guns, they do disruption better than anybody. They're coming here into this third party at the perfect timing. Look at that Honor the Pure. He's already on the angle. That's going to remove Cap. Visions removes Cap. Wait a second. This is a little bit unsettling. Why is Unfazed here? Visions helping out the Young Guns from across the map?
Sniped from far away. But you have to also look that Unfazed knows that bringing Young Guns into this cash out, bringing them to have this cash out for their own, look at the gap advantage it creates. Of course, still theoretical because the tide can change, which AGB is going to start to put a bit of damage and bring Juker low. So that's that mind game of looking ahead at the general field and knowing that if it stays as like this, Unfazed are perfect going into that final cash out.
100%, but Young Guns, they're going to be able to take advantage of this stall because, Unfazed is trying to hold on to this with, anticipating a third party, anticipating something crazy to happen. They know they got to take care of AGB quickly, but at the same time, they cannot overcommit because they are absolutely certain Young Guns is on their way. And there they are. Young Guns will actually open this up, though, by Tiger taking a bunch of damage. Marshy does his best to try to refrag, but it will cost him his life. Unfazed will be able to bring back the one player that they lost, but remember, they still got to deal with AGB, who in all this time still have not found the chance to steal, although it is coming to fruition now. Is it going to be stopped by the revolver? It is not. AGB get the flip by hanging off the side of the map, and they use the anti-grab cube to try to stall it out even more as his own barrel takes out Juker and Visions. It's just Aztrack left on Unfazed, and Akazo, he's alive by hanging off the side of the map. I've never seen anything like it.
Absolutely nuts, but again, we talk about how the goo play can be the most unpredictable. I was telling you behind the scenes, I said every time I watch Anti-Goo Boys, there's something new. We know what to expect, but there's always something new that comes in, and today they've just proven that once again. Pulsar will get things rolling. Caught off guard of KD Killer again, roaming a bit too far out of their provisions.
Oh yeah, it seems to me that Pulsar has kind of aura farmed in their last game up against Envy. Everybody's a little bit scared of Pulsar, so it's just third-party central everywhere else. We can see the fight for Vault 6 is materializing in somewhat of an odd manner. Honor the Pure has this back angle, but it's immediately challenged outright. Marshy last one standing for Young Guns, and that's Unfazed gonna win the fight, but AGB are not too far behind. Vault 6 will need to be plugged. Nobody's gonna push Hospital with Pulsar. All right, listen, they tried that once. It was a little bit scary, but AGB, they are, a little bit unconsidered of the fact that Unfazed is right above them. That's going to cost them Oppo, which removes the mesh heavy from the mix. Now, Akazo might be able to squeak out a little bit of time to get that trophy and res Oppo up, but it is Unfazed box here. We all know timing is important because Young Guns are on their way, and with the other cash out in Hospital finishing soon, I think Pulsar might be here soon too.
Yeah, Pulsar is going to be the biggest player in this. Sounds crazy, but they can choose who goes through. They can decide who is dangerous. So Juker is demonstrating he is hungry. Finds one. There's the second. And, well, unfazed are really unfazed right now. Antigu boys dropped. Third party's coming in from Young Guns, and guess who's arriving to the scene?
The fourth party. It's here. Marshy has the wish, but it doesn't work out. It just pushes the cash out even more in the open. Pulsar, well, they are not necessarily taken too kindly to the Young Guns. Although, wait a second, Pulsar looks like they're actually not trying to fight the Young Guns, but Young Guns aren't taking any chances. They are trying to make sure they're cutting through all of the noise. Marshy goes down, but Tiger put this KS-23 to use, and at the same time, trying to see if he can't find some chance to res Marshy, while Aztract is looking to just considerably deal damage. It is not going to happen, though. AGB, they are back in full form, but Akazo goes down. That's going to remove the cheese. It's going to remove the goo. The Young Guns, they're still out here trying, and Onto the Pure is out here fragging out of his mind. He is chunking through all the opponents, and now Pulsar, they were trying to give Young Guns a chance to seal, but Young Guns couldn't read it, and the cash out does not go their way. It is going to be Unfazed and Pulsar who make it through and have the chance to fight for their spot in the finale.
I'd like to hold my hand up. Who got that prediction right? Pulsar really kicking this game off exactly how they left that final round. And tell you what, I think it would be a picture-perfect story. Dropped from that upper bracket to the lower, run through and win it instantly, and go and win the final round? Question mark?
Yeah, I mean, absolute just cinema. I mean, AGB's steal on this second cash out was phenomenal, but not going to be enough to settle the score over here on that last box. I mean, Pulsar and Unfazed doing such a beautiful job at finding that momentum and finding the value that they need. I mean, Hyper, you may be onto something. Pulsar finding that momentum overall from that win, running hot off that victory against Envy as well.
I gotta say, if anybody was doubting Pulsar before, nobody's doubting them now. Not only through cash out, not only through final round, but through a chaotic cash out like this. It's something to behold, to be honest with you. And oh my goodness, Juker with 12